Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, queens and kings. Welcome to the Purple Passions live news break with Mr. Purple Passions, Ulysses Clark. You need some help with that, babe?
Yes.
Get my wife squared away real quick. How is everybody doing today? I'm glad you guys are coming in to see me today and to hang out and talk about a few things. We are going to... I'm trying not to tear up nothing right now, you guys, right? So we're going to try to, uh-oh. Y'all see some movement? Y'all see some movement? Uh-oh.
No?
I think I got it in there. I think we in. I think we all right. Welcome, queens. We're going to try to, it should already be going. You just got to scroll down. Where? We're gonna talk about a few things and get some things straight right here with this mouse right here, and you should be right in there. Miss Tanya Alicia, thank you for being here. Miss Madeline, thank you. Happy Sunday. That's right. Happy Sunday, everyone. Good afternoon to you, queen. Thank you. You're the first two here. Thank you for showing up. So we're gonna show up today. We're gonna talk about a few things, and we're gonna kind of center this talk today around promotion. We got some other points, but we're gonna try to center this around promotion and about different things that everybody should be doing, and to try to give you some more transparency, some more visibility, and some more congruency on what is happening when you're going live, when you're preparing for that live show, and what are the aesthetics of what is happening, what is going on, and what we all need to be focused on, and what is that synergy that's going on during that process. Okay, so I'm
trying to tag first.
I want to kind of be clear with that. So my wife is tagging. If you don't mind, share this once on your page. Tag at least 10 people.
I appreciate if everybody could tag some sellers, because that's what I'm doing too.
Yeah.
Because this is more likely today, more about the sellers, also about the shoppers, but more for the sellers today. So it's
going to be more. The engagement's going to be more geared towards the sellers, but it's also going to include the shoppers, because this is kind of on behalf of the shoppers and what that viewpoint is like from the shopper side, not just the administrative side. Because I'm sure if I'm seeing this from the administrative side, then it's going to be the shoppers that are seeing the same thing. And I know you shoppers are going to want to jump in here and talk about a few of these things, right? So thank you, Miss Tillis, for sharing. I appreciate that 1,000%. So share once on your page and tag. And this is going to be kind of in-depth. It's going to be deep, okay? And this information you're going to be able to take with you, not just on our platform, on other platforms. You're going to be able to take some expectancies on what to be looking for, what to expect, and what you should be expecting, okay? So it's going to be a really good news break for you guys. And I know you're like, we're going back to some of the same things, but it's important, okay? Like I said, just being in the agencies I've been in, we're always retraining, okay? We're always retraining. Maybe a step you forget, something you forget. You're always retraining, okay? Retraining, training. That's the only way that you get better at things, is training, keep going over it, okay? Like I always tell people, every live show you do, it's not going to be the same. You're going to hit on more points in this live show and hit on some other ones on the one. It's never going to be the same. To get that perfect live show where you're hitting every point and doing everything correctly is very, very hard. It takes time, persistence, consistency, but as long as we're covering it, then those things are going to start to come back as muscle memory, and you're going to be able to grab those things and get yourself to where you need to be, okay? So I hope you guys have enjoyed the Christmas stuff and the things we were posting on our page, from robes to USB neck collars to Hilton pillows. Hope you guys have enjoyed those things. We want to bring you guys something different during the holidays. Okay, so hope you guys have enjoyed that. Don't forget to get your if you haven't got your set, get your set of those Hilton pillows. Sleep comfortably, sleep in luxury. Bring that vacation and honeymoon effect right into your bedroom with a good night's sleep. Okay, so I hope you guys have enjoyed those things. We've covered sharing and tagging. I'm trying to think what else, because I don't really have a big intro. I just appreciate everybody getting here. If you are here, you guys know how I start. Let me know where you're coming in from. Let me know where you're coming in from. Let me know where you're coming in from, okay? Let me know where you're coming in from. What's the state you're coming in from, okay? what is the states you guys are coming in from? Let me know. I'm coming in from Wisconsin, Milwaukee. It's not home, but that's where we're doing this live show from, okay? So let me know. I know I got one coming out of Colorado.
Hello, hello, happy Sunday, happy Sunday, ladies. So, status about temperature in Wisconsin today. we had a freezing night by minus 25 degrees.
Minus 25 last night. Ooh.
Minus 25. It was so freezing that my whole windows have freezing stars on it, you know, everywhere. So it was that cold. So I want to say today I'm thankful for existing heaters.
All Facebook, Miss Madeline, all Facebook. You know, they gotta get something from you somehow. Okay,
yes.
They gotta get something somehow. They always want to help you out, and then I take money out of your pocket. But this is part of the investment for the page. And if I tell people, if you gotta invest in your business, I'm trying to bring everybody in here today, so that way this information can get out, because it's going to be some very pertinent information for everybody. So what we got? We got Crockett, Texas in the house. Okay.
So what I want to say is, I'm very thankful for the person who knows who the person is who invented heaters. So
right.
I want to say that I'm very thankful for this person who invented heaters, because last night, baby, I'm telling you, I was never so close to my husband in the bed because it was cold.
Both curled up in the fetal position. It was cold, negative 25, right? So we want to thank the person who invented heaters. Okay, we want to thank them.
Yes.
We got Missouri, the Show Me State. All right, Decatur, Georgia. Okay, in Decatur, right? What was that song in the wasn't the song in the early 2000s and in the 90s in Decatur?
I think so.
I think it made the top 10, right? The top 10 and on was it BET hit list? They don't have that anymore, do they? How many of you guys watching that BET hit list? I know some of y'all was watching, right? Some of y'all was watching that Uncut late night too. Don't think I don't know about that either, right?
So here's the homework, ladies.
How you doing, Mr. Loris? Welcome.
Here's the homework, ladies. What we're gonna do today is after the news break, when it goes towards the end, I'm gonna give away 1 Yara to that person who's gonna tell me who invented the heating system. Okay.
Right. So only at the end of the show, right? We can give away 1 Yara to somebody who can tell us who invented heaters, right? Because he had me in the fetal position last night, right? It was negative 20. And Miss Admin, you mean to tell me in Georgia it was 20 in the 20s last night?
Oh my God.
I ain't seen it that cold in Georgia. I told you the last time I was on here, Georgia had snow back in back when I was at Fort Gordon in Augusta. That was back in 2009, I think. 2009, 2010. That's the only time I saw that cold in Georgia. Other than that, it's been super hot.
Do you have your phone for the points? We can start now.
I have my phone. Let's see what I got. Let me hold up my phone. Hold up my palm reader real quick.
Let's start a news break. All right. And remember, at the end,
Miss Tracy, welcome.
Welcome. At the end, please let me know who is the inventor of the heating system. Okay?
All right.
You're going to win a Yara. So
if you want to win a Yara, wait till the end. We're going to tell you when. You'll be the first person to type it in to tell me who invented heaters. Because he should have had me snuggled up in the fetal position like that. I don't know why he had me like that, but it was cold. It was cold. I felt like my breath was crystallizing when I went outside, okay?
All right.
So we're gonna set this around promotion, right? So
yes.
What is promotion, right? When you pay $7.77, right? And I'm just starting at our basic package, right? On Purple Patches Boutique, okay? When I was parking for gas central. When you start when you pay that $7.77, right? You're expecting a lot, right? So you're expecting to, I'm paying out to go on this live, and this is the basic mentality.
Wait. So what we have to first explain, okay? So what my husband is trying to say is we're starting with promotion. What is promotion? First of all, right? Because it is about you and your business. So, and we having this for a reason today, okay? We having this conversation for a reason, because something, and I'm not giving no names, but something occurred this week, and I want to say why we had this situation, okay? So this is this right here is about promotion. And my husband will explain now what is promotion, because when you go in live on our platform, you paying for a regular live sale, 90 minutes, $7.77. Now you can go.
Right. So you're paying $7.77. So it's kind of one of those things. What should you expect for $7.77? Right. The basic mentality is that, okay, I'm paying this. I'm going live. They're gonna share their people. You're supposed to share and tag. Okay, we're gonna cover that a little bit too. You share and tag. You're gonna try to get as many sales as you can. But at the end, you don't want to pay $7.77 for nothing, right? You want to pay $7.77. You at least at a minimum want to make that money back, and then you want to make some extra money too, right? And that's for whatever reason that you decide that you're on this platform, the next platform, or your own platform, and why you're selling, okay? Because everybody has their own reasons, right? There's specifics. So, and you're basically doing it because you want sales, right? That's why we're moving around. That's why we're shifting, right? We're shifting. We're going around all these different places because we want sales, right? How you doing, Miss Morgan? Thank you for being here, right? So,
so you go in live, you book in a live, let's say on our platform for $7.77. On other platforms, you might pay $20, $30, right. $75. Every platform has their own prices. We charge $7.77. Okay, so you go in live. Why? Because you want to make sales. It's about the money. You don't go in live just because you say, oh, it's okay to go live. I want to see myself in the camera and all this. No, you go in live because you want to be successful, right? You want to make some money, and you want to be more successful and build your clientele and your customers.
Right.
This is the reason why you go in live. Now you have, of course, you have people that say, oh, I just want to make $20. So I'm going live real quick and make some pocket money, and that's it for me. So this is two different type of people. Okay.
Welcome, Miss Kaplan. Thank you for being here.
Yes. So you have two different type of sellers. One seller, or one part of sellers is that they say, I just want to make a couple bucks in my pockets, celebrate my birthday, and then you don't see me for the next 3 weeks. You have those two.
Turn up like the vegetable, and that's it.
Turn up like a vegetable, exactly. And then you have those sellers, they say, I want to be successful. I want to build my clientele. I want to build my customers.
They take it seriously. It's that business format. They want everything to be crisp. They want everything to be defined. They want everything to be congruent with their personality and how they stand on business. They want that respect behind their business, right? And they want to stand on it, right?
Right.
So
wow, yes. So but also understand going live doesn't has anything to do to build your clientele, whether you go every day live,
right,
or whether you go every 2 or 3 days live. Sometimes it is better not to be every day, in the camera. Sometimes it is better to be maybe every 3 days or every 2 days, or maybe twice a week. It depends on your items of what you're showing, right? And also it depends how you're preparing for your live.
So let me start it off at the basics too. So when we talk promotion on Purple Patches Boutique, right? We're gonna say that what are you getting when you promote, right? So you're gonna get owner, chat, and support, okay? You're gonna get administrative expertise from our admin expert, and you're gonna get that chat and support, okay? You're gonna get those two things. Now, most platforms, you're not getting anything out of the owner directly unless it's specific things, okay, that the owner handles. Other than that, it's everybody underneath just working those individual processes, okay? But you're also going to get that administrative expertise and chat support from the admin expert, who also goes live on their page and on the page too. So you're getting a lot of, and there's Miss Coleman right there. You're gonna get those processes from them too. We also going to give you training and retraining. What does that look like? Training is $50, yes, and you have retraining too, right? But you also get training anytime that someone is giving you direct counseling and consultant services, which would be, hey, I think you can do this better. Let's do this better. Hey, you forgot this. Hey, you need this. This is why you need this. Those are still training moments. Those are still direct counseling. Those are still consulting. Those are still advising circumstances and situations in there, which all still falls underneath training, because those are things that you're learning, you're training, you forgot, you're getting prompted, you're getting notified on those different things, okay? You're getting technical support. we had a problem, and I covered that in this too right now, that a person couldn't find a live button, right? So they could see everything else, couldn't find a platform, everything was running fine. It wasn't a Gary situation, wasn't necessarily our situation. So what did we have to do? We had to go all the way back out. We had to reset. Once we reset, everything showed up. They were able to go live, okay? But you have that technical support there. And then Gary's kind of on the back burner of that technical support too, if we need to utilize him and his services. Whereas if he needs to come in and run the live or etc. Okay, so you get that technical support when you're here with Purple Patches Boutique. You also get page and promotion support, you get flyer support, and then you always get solutions to problems. Okay, and I want people to understand and hear me when I say this, right? A solution is not about right or wrong. A solution is an agreement between all parties involved that this is the best way to handle the situation to ensure that everybody involved in that situation is equally compensated. Okay, I want you guys to understand that, because this a solution and correction has nothing to do about what's right and wrong. It has to do about whatever that action is and who's involved in that and reaching that viable agreement. Okay, so these are what you're receiving from Purple Passions, and then some when we say the word promotion. Okay, so when I say that, I want to say
what, first of all, what is promotion?
Right.
Promotion is in the first thing ever what you can think about is your flyer. It's
right.
Your business that need to be promoted.
Flyers. So flyers are your promotion, right? Now, let me give you guys an example, okay? On ours, you guys know our policy is 24 to 48 hours, okay? 24 to 48 hours. But I want you guys to understand, why is it 24 to 48 hours, right? Because I don't think that's been explained, right? Now, if you look at Miss Tanya Alicia, right? She's promoting her live shows. Dolores is
Latoya,
Tutu's Blessing, Jessica Presley, Janice Thundercat, and I'm just mentioning those five because all five of those sellers, you're gonna hear me mention them because they're selling all different things. They're ranging from sizes from small all the way to 5X. And if you go study the things we talk about, their pages and what they're doing, you're gonna understand exactly what I'm saying by the points I'm gonna make in this live show. And the reason why I'm choosing it is because I know that they're veteran sellers. And I also look at them for advice. I even ask them questions and I take advices from them, even watch them myself. So I'm not riding any bandwagon on anything. There is no group therapy and group team, anything. I'm just telling you to watch these points that I'm going to give you. Okay. But if you watch them, they are promoting 24 to 48 hours out. Okay. Now, and when we're talking about flyers, right? What was one of the things Purple Patton said? Keep your flyers the same. Keep it looking the same, right? Now, you're going to see those sellers in particular, they're going to change up their flyers. But there's one thing that they have in common that keeps their flyers in sync so that you know who they are. Because Purple Patton says keep everything the same so you know who they are. They have their photo on there, okay? You're always going to get a photo of them. So still, by recognition of not even reading the flyer, which they may or may not do, a client may or may not do, they're going to look and say, okay, that's Tanya Alicia, that's Janice, that's Jessica, that's Tutu's. You see what I'm saying? That's Dolores. They're going to look at that flyer and be able to say, okay, that is that person right there on that flyer, whether they change their colors or the background or not, okay? Purple Passions, when we started out, we were intended to go in this direction, and now we're in the unintended direction where we're at, okay? So we were known by our logo. So it made more sense to keep that logo the same. So that's why you don't have a photo of us. But how does everybody know us? By the color and by the logo, by the lips, okay, with the diamond in the mouth. So what am I saying, okay? That is part of their promotion. But also I want you to pay attention that they are promoting, and we always say send your flyer in 24 to 48 hours. Why? Because they're already promoting their live show 48 hours before their live show.
Right.
Now pay attention to what I'm saying right now. They got their photo on there, so by recognition, you know it's them, and they're promoting 48 hours out.
Well, I'm gonna say something to this real quick. So we have elderly people, they going on these platforms, they're going on Purple Passion, they want to watch lives. They checking out who is going live. So some of them, they don't wear all the time glasses to read everything what is on the flyer. They check on face recognition, right?
Yep.
They look at the face and be like, oh,
facial
okay.
recognition. Mm-hmm.
This person right here, I know this person. That is That is Janice the Thundercat. Okay, I'm going in her life. This is Miss Dolores Farmer Broadnex. I know her because she has always a picture on it too. I'm going live. I want to see her. You know, so people going by pictures. You know,
pictures too,
they don't have always the glasses on to read or whatever, or to check out what is on the flyer. And some people, they just write on the flyer, right? They don't even have a picture. They don't have a logo. So people don't do that. They either wait till you go live or they go in by pictures, you know? And if they see your face on it, they'll be like, okay, or your logo, they know it's you.
Right, and they're distinct and they're distinguished, right? So it don't matter what they put on or what holiday it is or whatever they do. You know it's those individuals when they're going live just by their photo, okay?
Yeah.
And guess what? Most of the time, that photo, if you're looking them up to follow and invite, you're gonna be able to take that flyer and their photo on that flyer and match it up with whatever their icon is for who they are on Facebook, and you're gonna be able to put those together and like and follow the same way, right? You know, and that's on Tutus too. Like I said, Jessica Presley. It's gonna be Dolores, Janice. That's gonna be Tanya Alicia. Okay. So why am I saying this? I'm saying this.
Has excellent flyers.
And I think the most excellent flyers I see, and as far as promotion, is Aramigos. And why I say that, she's doing videos. She's changing up sceneries, you know, from car to in her shop to outside of her shop. She's doing video format. She's doing all these different things to promote, right? This is her promotion. But their promotion, these sellers' promotions are always 24 to 48 hours outside of what that window is. So as you notice, our policy is 24 to 48 hours. Why? Because your promotion starts with you. You should already have your flyer on that page before you're even sending it to my wife, the owner, and you should already be promoting yourself. Say, I'm getting ready to go live on your page, or whoever's page you're going on, okay? So you should already be doing that, because that is going to be the most promotion that you're going to get is by what you're putting on your page. Plus, you have a different clientele, and you definitely want your people to be there, right? Because some places you go, they may not share and tag. Even if you're supposed to share and tag, they may not do that for you. And if you're waiting to the last minute to send in a flyer and then try to promote, and then don't share and tag on top of that, then you get mad at the platform and say, hey, the platform is busted. The platform is not doing what it's supposed to do because I didn't get that many sales. I get more sales over here. You know, I always say, check your promotion. Check what are you doing to make sure that you're successful, okay?
Trisha said the platform is not your personal promoter.
Right.
You're responsible for booking your own lives through the calendar. When you book on the calendar, you agree to meet the terms that are provided on the calendar. Right. And Miss Latoya Coleman, our admin expert, she has a flyer factory. So she is, if you don't have a flyer, if you would like to have a flyer a certain type of way, she is making flyers for you, okay? So please reach out if you need a flyer to Miss Latoya Coleman, and she's going to basically to hook you up.
Right, and I was going to get there, but, you know, we're already here, so that's fine. Our admin expert is doing that, and I want you to understand, we have a small-scale team, okay? A very small-scale team, but we're efficient, okay? It takes us a little time, but we're moving around doing things, all right? My admin expert is in charge of that calendar, okay? So lots of times, if it's easier for you to take that link, because everybody's using a link. That's why we have our packages. We have links for all of the links, and we have individual links for what you want to choose. That's why the links are there. Use the link to find what you want. If it's something specific, then please reach out. But if it's viable for you to use that link in order to take what you're going to take, you're going to get a link, okay? Because we're taking care of so many different things in our small scale team. All right. My admin expert is doing a great job. Trish is doing a great job too on the side for us, you know. So, you know, she's in and out working with us on different things, you know. And I appreciate all the advices from all the other veteran platforms that are advising and coming in and giving us situations and how to view those situations and different things too. So I appreciate that 1,000%. But Mom, I want you guys to understand that when you come on there, our policy, and I reposted that policy. I reposted that policy for Purple Patches, so everybody will know it, that when you're checking that yes block, you say yes to sending in your flyer 24 to 48 hours. That is our policy, okay? Everybody, when you do that, it's not just checking that block. You need to understand you're checking out to send in that flyer. Most of the time, my wife is reaching out to you. She's actually not supposed to do that. That's the window that everybody has. Everybody's grown, they're adults. She shouldn't be doing that. But why does she do that? because she wants you to be successful and she wants your flyer there so that she can push your promotion. And I feel like that she should want your promotion more than you want your promotion, okay? With your flyers also too, it needs to be readable. Some people take their flyers and put everything on one flyer, all their dates, right? And it's small. Nobody manages that. You can do it that way, but the correct way is every live event you do a flyer for it. You make sure it's visible. You put your sizes. You put your date, your time, where you're going to be live at. You know, and you're gonna on what platform you're gonna put that basic information on there. Your business name.
And
it's gonna be big. Put your logo, your picture. You're gonna put it on there, and guess what? People are gonna know where you're going live. They're gonna know. They're gonna know all the information they need to be successful, and then you're gonna have the people inside of your live show. Okay, and I think I've said that 1,000 times, but I'm saying that to everybody again because it should never come into a situation that when you're correcting on a flyer or you're saying, hey, you need a flyer, that it should be about everything else you don't like, which is something separate on open door policy based on a flyer. The only thing a person is saying is say, hey, your flyer is here for your promotion. We want to see you successful. Get your flyer in, okay? That's everybody's responsibility, and this is what everybody agrees to.
So, and now I'm explaining this real quick. This is your business. Let's say your business name is
Hold on. Let's say it the right way. When they got ladies' night at the club,
right,
and they say Thursday night is ladies' night, and all the women get in free and drinks is free all the way until 10 o'clock. Guess what? Yo, my face I got some crystal on my face a little bit, yeah, sweating up in there, huh? So when it's ladies' night, guess when they're promoting that? Monday night. They letting you know Monday that ladies' night is on Thursday so that you can be there, okay?
So let's say your name is Fashion Nova, right? So your business name is Fashion Nova.
Fashion Nova?
Yeah, just Fashion Nova. So, so your name is Bunny Fashion Nova,
Bunny
right?
Fashion Nova.
Bunny
Okay.
Fashion Nova. I just saw this bunny popping in here.
Rabbit.
Bunny Fashion Nova. So Bunny Fashion Nova has her own customers, right? Bunny Fashion Nova as a business has their own followers, has their own clients, has their own Facebook page. So the first thing what you should do when you know you want to go live, and let's say you say, I'm going live on Thursday on Purple Passions, and now it's Tuesday. So the first thing you do is you post your own flyer, your own date when you're going live, your own promotion, your logo on your own page. You're gonna tag your uncle, your mother, your grandfather,
mm-hmm.
your sister, your brother,
uncle, your cousin, your sister, your mother,
your cousin,
brother,
everybody,
mm-hmm.
your daughters, your brothers, your sons, your nephews, your nieces. You tag everybody in the flyer, and you ask everybody to share your flyer
mm-hmm.
into the internet world.
There you go.
Then you share. Then also what you do is you take this flyer that you created for your business, for yourself, and you put it in a reel, and you share your flyer out. I don't care how many reels you make. You can make 500 reels with the same flyer.
Mm-hmm.
But guess what? Somebody is going to see that flyer, and somebody wants to know why you shared this flyer 500 times, and it's going to be in that live.
There you go.
Okay?
And
because that creates curiosity, and people wants to know who
mm-hmm.
you are. So you are going to share your own flyer from your own page because you want to have sales. You want to mm-hmm. have business. You want to make money. So you have to do on your own first, your own work. Then you send that flyer that you made and you shared yourself out 500 times. I'm just saying 500, but you can share how many and how often you want to. You take the same flyer and you send it to me. And you say, hey, Miss Clark, this is my flyer for tomorrow, like everybody else is doing, okay? Mm-hmm. I take this flyer and I'm going to go do the same thing with it, what you did under Purple Passions Boutique. And I put it in our VIP group. I share it out. I make a reel, and I blast you out into the internet world, mm-hmm. okay? Do I have to do this? No. But this is the difference. What I always say, Purple Passion is a little bit different because mm-hmm. we don't want your $7.77, mm-hmm. or we don't want only your $50 for a month. We want you to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
Because only when you are going to be successful, you would love to go and have more lives, and you will have a lot of more shoppers and a lot of more clients that want to see your stuff
Mm-hmm.
and your items.
And,
So,
and
and
hold on. Go ahead.
the admin expert is here to help, but please give them time when responding to your messages, because we all have life outside of thrifting. Sellers, when responding to Speed Pop and Marathon, please message that to your comment immediately. Okay, so this is something different now.
Okay, but hold on. You got Miss Edmond. She says when Miss Edmond says when promoting your business, it is the responsibility, as in this case, to ensure that your event and live stream, which is in parentheses, is coming with the date, time, and location and the platform well in advance, is how you also get new customers and a potential customer. If I'm scrolling through Facebook and see your promotion and I'm interested to see what you're selling, I will note that date and time and location and the platform and make promotion interesting enough to grab our attention. And
Right.
that is correct. You know, so you know, and just my last caveats on promotion, which my wife had just covered.
No, I didn't cover one point I have left.
Okay, I'm just caveating off you though.
Okay.
So she was saying, how does the flyer? She had me write down the point. How does the flyer promote and support your agenda? And how what she just gave you is exactly that. How you doing, Miss Glover? What you hear Miss Madeline saying is just that, right? Because when you're promoting that 24 to 40 hours out there in advance, you're giving everybody time to prepare too. You're giving those potential clients and your regular clients time to prepare for you, because that's what they're doing. I want you guys to understand that these shoppers, when they have their select people that they shop from, because some of you tell me, hey, this person shops me all the time. If I call and ask, do they pay? Do you know this person? Oh yeah, I know this person. She's been with me this amount of time. How do you know that? Because they take time to prepare for you. That's why they're on their lives. That's why you know them by name. And you're like, hey, that is my client. They're always shopping with me. They're doing different things. And that's how you bring your shoppers to you in the right format, by your flyer, by your preparation. And preparation we're gonna go a little bit more in depth in preparation after my wife finishes explaining the rest of flyers and promotion. Okay, but understand we have a flyer factory if you need help. Let's get it in 24 to 48 hours. Read that fine print before you start checking yes, just to get through the process, because you're agreeing to that policy, okay? Because if you read them there, we also have the right to cancel your live if you don't turn in that. Have we canceled anybody? No, because we're still reaching out 2-3 hours, even 30 minutes before a live, say, hey, can you get me your flyer? Because we want you to be successful, because we don't want anybody saying that we didn't do everything on our behalf as Purple Patches Boutique to make sure that you're successful and that you are getting the best from us and the best promotion. If you're not in agreement with that, then that's fine too. But trust me, we're doing everything we can for your benefit.
Mm-hmm. So now back to the flyers. What I expect on the flyers exactly was what Miss Edmond just explained up there. Mm-hmm. She wants to see time. She wants to see what platform you're going on. She wants to see the date. She wants to see the time, and she wants to see definitely your business name, mm-hmm. and on what platform. Okay. So also some sellers, what I saw recently is they put 10 dates on one flyer and sent the same flyer over and over. Mm-hmm. Now, to this, I want to say one thing. Me personally, I don't like that. Maximum, what I would say, is 2 or 3 dates what you can put on one flyer, because you have only a certain amount of writing, availability on a flyer. Right. And if your flyer is cluttered up completely with dates, nobody is going to read that. And it is very small and little, because it gets smaller and smaller the more dates you put on it, because it has a fit on it. So if you're doing this, nobody's going to read your flyer. Nobody. They say, oh, let's say Miss Ebony is going live on Wednesday, on Thursday, on Friday, on Monday, on Wednesday next week. They don't remember this. Mm-hmm. But they remember when you sent that flyer fresh out, 24 hours before, post on your page, say, I'm live at this day. And Miss Ebony, I just named your name because you was saying hello right now. Mm-hmm. But it can be anybody, you know. Mm-hmm. So basically what you're doing is you wanna put your flyer out, mm-hmm. fresh with the date before you go live. Okay, that's what I would do. That's what I always do, and that's what most of the people do. Now, when you do that 10 dates on one flyer, I don't think that's efficient. Okay.
And this has to be with increased visibility and your maximized visibility when it comes to your flyer promotion.
Right.
That's what my wife is covering right now.
Mm-hmm. So also with your flyer, right? That's actually it with flyers on me. Do you have anything else? Would you want to say on flyers?
Just know that they're important. You guys know our policy on it.
Right.
And and the promotion that we give you, that's part of your $7.77. That's what I wanted to tie into that as the last point. We're giving you all that promotion because that's what you're paying for. You're not just paying for $7.77 and like, hey, here you go live and do the best you can. We're like, no, okay, they paid on a platform. Let's give them, let's cross our T's and dot our I's, give them our maximum potential, to help you be successful, okay?
Hey, Miss Tanya.
And whether somebody is there or not, if you guys have noticed when you've had any issue and all of a sudden you see a comment jump in there from Mr. Clark, or Mr. Clark is saying, hey, you're over your time, the reason why is because I'm not actually there, but my wife is there on 3 devices, and I'm hearing everything in one ear while I'm working on something else. And the minute it's a situation, I'm jumping in. Okay, hey, you're on too long. Hey, what's going on with this technical thing? That's how fast I'm getting there because both of my devices are right there on top of the device that I'm on. So, I want you guys to understand we're there to support. If I come in, I have a demeanor when I correct, okay? Especially after it's 2 or 3 times. But trust me, everybody's getting the same talk when they're doing something, and I don't want anybody to feel some type of way when Mr. Clark comes in and says something because I'm a male and I'm not a female seller or whatever else I've heard in my past 30 days. I'm only there to tell you how things are running, to stand on business and let you know, hey, this is how we're doing things over here, and I need you to follow suit because this is what everybody's doing, okay? There is no difference in treatment and fairness of how anybody's being done. Everybody gets the same talk, and if I'm reaching out to you, I want you to be successful. Trust me, if you've ever been early in my military career, people didn't want you to be successful, so they didn't tell you anything. Okay, right. And that's a hard career to have until you get around great people that want you to be successful. So take the bitter with the sweet, take the sweet with the bitter. Understand that it's just a correction. We want to get you there. We're gonna get there together, and you're gonna reach maximum success if you just follow a little bit.
So our next point, and now I'm reaching out to that situation that happened this week. So we have Purple Passions Boutique is having a booking link. It's called a calendar. Some call it a Calendly. It's the booking link that you're supposed to use when you want to book a live. Okay, so you click that link, you book a live, you pay for it. If you are unlimited, the unlimited live is $50 for a whole month. So you can go live as much and as many times as you want. Okay. If you are a unlimited seller, and you want to book specifically a date, right? That means you going in that link, you're looking at the date, and you message then either me or my admin expert, which is Latoya Coleman, and say, I would like to book this day. And you give me the date and time, and we're gonna lock you in. So with that said is, I have only so long patience. That means if you come into my inbox and you ask me, what do you have available for, let's say, for Friday? I'd be like, okay, let me look. But do I have to look? No, because I know that other platform owners, because I have a million things to do, honestly. I really do. I have so much to do that sometimes I get like last minute to my son and try to get him ready for school in the evening, because I'm doing 100,000 things a day. So I'm looking, I'm checking the dates, right? And I'd be like, I have this and this available. Then I don't hear nothing from you, right? And then you say, no, I'm not interested in that. I rather would like to know what is on this day available. So you give me another day. I'm still going to check. And then after this day is also not good enough, and you tell me, no, this is not what you're looking for, give me another date. Then I'm just going to send you the link. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going just to send you the link, and I'm going to go tell you, please check the link and let me know what date is comfortable for you, and we book it for you. Now, with this said is the same treatment you will receive from my admin expert from Latoya Coleman. She is not nobody's maid. She's not nobody's person, and neither am I, that we have to run and check availabilities constantly because you don't want to use the link. And this is, I'm not rude with this, I'm really not. I'm just trying to say, after 3 times, right, over and over, and then canceling, and then not responding and all kind of stuff, and then being mean, I'm not doing this. You get the link, and if you have a date and time that you would like to go live, I'm gladly happy to book that for you. You know, but don't waste my time. Please don't do that.
Okay, so let me Kevin, make a few points.
Maybe that was a little bit rude what I said, but
so let me essentially explain what we're talking about, okay? And it's kind of what I said earlier. The link is there for you to use. You have a link that gives you all the access to all the links, and then you have specific links to our packages. If you call and ask a question about a specific date and a specific package, we're sending you the link. That's why we did all those links. I actually did every last one of those links that time, the packages, and I think my admin tagged the links. So I did the write up for the packages. I do the write ups for our policies. I'm doing that. The admin is tagging the links to it. She's setting it inside how it's set up. Okay, so she said, "You mean my $50 month does not give you unlimited access to you and Toya?" Absolutely not. I'm the only one with unlimited access, but no. And I think that some people felt like when they paid the $50 a month, they had access directly to the admin expert and my wife, and that anytime they had a question or needed something done, that they were going to do it. No, everybody's still bound by that link. That's why the link is there, okay? Because we're a small team and we all have to use that link to get further in what we need to do. But who would have thunk it? But I want you guys to know that not responding is not a not responding is not an essential way to say, okay, I'm not gonna respond because I felt like somebody on your side didn't respond, all right? Because for me that's childish. That's elementary stuff, okay? I tell you exactly how I think on that, right? I'm fine right now. Thank you. And then I'm not talking about just this situation with the counter link. I can tell you when someone's over time, you'll get a message from me say, "Hey, I need you to watch your time." And I don't know if anybody's in who's even got that message from me, but it's probably a few of you that say, "Hey, I need you to be on top of your time." And I got a few that didn't respond. But it's also that they're getting ready to be their third strike. So that third strike is going to be that message from me and say, "Hey, you're restricted for the next week because you went over your time on this date, and this date." Because I'm documenting everything too. When I send that message, this is a document, right? This is a timestamp. And if you don't respond, then I say, "I responded here, you didn't respond. I responded here, you didn't respond. Now we're at this level here. This is our policy. Here's our policy attached to it," and I document. And I don't mean to be like that, but it's a standard with scheduling, keeping everybody booked and everybody on the same time. And there's a few people who's gotten that. And most people are always like, "Hey, most people are like, "Hey, I understand exactly what's going on. I got you, Mr. Clark, and I understand 1 to 2 minutes this way, 1 to 2 minutes in front, sometimes 5. I got that. It's not really that big of a deal. But when you're 15, 20 minutes, and then I got 3 people prompting you, and you still going in with your clothing, and then all of a sudden my phone blowing up. Hey, Mr. Clark, they not getting off. They acting like they don't see my message. Then guess what? Mr. Clark jumps in, and then Mr. Clark is always the bad guy. After 3 people has already prompted this person, and now they're upset and they don't want to respond. And they're like, "Well, I'm not just going to respond because that's fine." That's fine. I always say that I just document. And then last time I say, "This is this, this is this, this is this." Because I told you, the military, that's what they make us do. They make us document everything. So I follow that same schema. It's fine. But I don't want it to come that far. I'm only prompting you and I'm sending you that message to let you know, "Hey, be careful about this. And this is why this is this way. I need you to be on top of it." It's part of you being prepared as a seller. Which leads me to my point of what is your preparation as a seller? How do you prepare for that live show? Okay? What are you doing to prepare? Part of preparation is checking when you're sliding, what your time is. To remember when that time is. Part of that preparation is knowing if you turned in your flyer or not. Part of that preparation is the night before knowing what you're going to wear, how your camera's going to be set up, checking to make sure your ring light is at its brightest point and that you don't need to get a new ring light. Checking to make sure that you got all your clothes on the rack, you got your numbers pulled if you pulled your items. This is part of preparation. I also got some other preparation points. Let me look in here real quick. part of, and matter of fact, you want to take this with the boutique in the window, because I like how you dressed up that point when we discussed it, and yes. I don't want to mess that up because I might botch that whole thing.
Okay, so let's say you go into, it's summertime, right? Let's say it's summertime, even wintertime, it don't matter, and you go somewhere in a different city. Let's say you in California, right? And you walking down on the street and you do window shopping. And when you window shopping, you looking at those windows of those little boutiques on the streets, right? You look inside, you look at the mannequins, and you see, let's say, a boutique that has dead flies laying around, dust on the mannequins, dust on the clothes, and you be like, I don't know, and everything is dark in there. You open the door and you open the door to that boutique, and you immediately have a funky smell sense in your nose, right? You'd be like, oh no. So you would not even go in there and try to shop. So you walk, backwards out of their boutique, and you was like, okay, no, I'm not doing this. So you keep on walking, and you see that bright, shiny window, okay? And I'm talking about window shopping right now. So you see the bright, shiny window. You see lights in there. Everything is nice. Everything is clean. The window is clean. The mannequins on point, right? And you open the door, and you see a beautiful person behind the pult, which is selling you basically items in the boutique. This is that place where you want to go in, and would like to get serviced, So you be like, hey, I'm looking for a nice sweater. That's how it was back in the days in those boutiques, and probably still is when you go in the mall. So those are the standards that you want to go shop in. You don't want to go in a boutique that is dirty, that is stinking, smelling, the clothes are nasty, and all kind of stuff. So this is also part of your preparation, because like you see my husband right now, how he's standing, right? This is the window that you see as a shopper, right? You're a shopper, and you're looking into somebody's life, into somebody's room, into somebody's selling room. So you want to prepare yourself that your selling room is nice, is clean. You want the first person that is the first impression is you, because you sell yourself first before you even sell an item. That means your outfit, your hair, makeup, lipstick, jewelry, fingernails. Don't come in the live and show an item and you have dirty fingernails. This is an absolutely downer right there, okay? If your hair is not combed and you look like you just took a nap and you got up and you still got the crust in the eyes, from last night, don't do that. Wash your face, We have, like I said, we live in 2000.
You know what? She not saying it right. We're gonna keep it 110, all right? don't get in the camera, okay? And you got eye boogers everywhere, and you don't know what's going on. You don't know which way is north, which way is south, which way is east, and which way is west, okay?
Right.
Throw some water on your face, get yourself together, take a shot if you got to. Don't be in there and you got a mop underneath your arm, and you showing all these items, and you can braid the hair underneath your arm, because don't nobody want to see that, okay? Don't be in there and you got dirty fingernails. Comb your hair. Make sure that you're prepared before you come into that live. And why am I saying that? Yeah, it's funny, and I'm not picking on anybody, but I'm telling you the messages I got in reference to that. That's why I'm saying it. Okay, because they're like, why do they do that? They're asking me like I'm in charge of someone's hygiene, and what I do understand is that I'm not in charge of that. But what I will say is that you have to when you step in front of that camera, you represent clean. They're looking at that window, that view of what's behind you.
Wait, stop there. My husband, okay, I'm going to tell you something about my husband. When we go live, right, and he's normally the one who always write everything down, and I'm in the front, he prepares, he put everything on, he put lotion on, he put perfume on.
Yeah, I even got cologne. I put my cologne before I come up in the camera.
He shaves and all this.
I'm shaving, all
and
that.
Then I'd be like, babe, I said, you have perfume on? Nobody can even smell you. And he said, I can smell myself. And I feel good like this. And I was like, wow, that's a good point. Because even though nobody can smell you, right? Because you are having an online, you selling online basically. Don't get on the live looking busted, right?
Which way is that?
So if you think about this, right? if you feel good on your own, if you have that good vibe, if you put perfume on yourself, makeup, hair is done and everything, you know, so that means you're feeling good. When you have a beautiful dress on, beautiful clothes, whatever, you know, you feel good for yourself. And therefore, your vibe is already different than when you just, you know, lay around the house in your jogging pants or your pajamas, and then you just merge over into a dress real quick without really proper preparation, then therefore you can't have really good lives. I'm always
Okay,
busted.
y'all too much. He said, I'm just quit my job. I look busted. Then let's see. Someone says, texting is a form of communication that is read easy and easy to read attitude into with it no intent, especially when you're already
I
frustrated.
don't comb my hair, so what's
Right.
the problem?
So, you know, and it's and I didn't forget about your comment too, Miss Evan. Miss Evan put a comment too. Let me touch back on that. She said it might be a time to direct everyone to the booking link. So directly, and then and basically put hours on there of when we're available, so that way we don't run into this issue with can I get the link, should I use the link, and that stuff. And she's right on that. You know, it should be an 8 to 5, and by COB, which is close of business, and then after hours, you know, you should wait till either the next morning, or maybe we reach out to you if you need something that personal. I always have us running 24 hours because most of my staff, we're up late hours. We're not getting that much sleep. We get as much as we can, but we're always running on the next point, right?
Miss Jamie said, "Get dressed. Are you going outside your home or to a job interview?"
Right. And I am. I'm shaving. While I'm shaving, I'm putting on cologne and all kinds of stuff. You know, because I just believe in that. That's how you should do. Even when I'm sick, I'm getting up in the morning. I'm making sure I'm still doing my hygiene. I'm doing that because I believe that, you know, if you ever heard, I don't know if you guys heard that video, saw that video from that Navy admiral. He said that discipline and structure starts with you getting up in the morning time, making your bed. It's the first process of what you do. And as a soldier, as a military person, our day starts with making our bed and then our hygiene, you know, before we're going to do PT. So I get up even if I'm not feeling good, and I make sure that I put myself some type of state to mentally change the process of what's going on with me. When I come in here, I have to get in there. Last time I was late, and I tell you why I was late. I was late because what I intended to put on wasn't working out, and then I didn't have a backup, so I was unprepared. So I tore apart my closet trying to find the right thing so that when I stepped in front of the camera, I was correct. So I was so upset. I told my wife, I said, hey, cancel it because I'm not ready. I'm not prepared, you know. She said, I already told you, figure it out. You're going to be good. So I had to buckle down, find what I needed to be here for you guys, okay? Because I enjoy being here, talking, coaching, mentoring, consulting, advisor, whatever it is that I'm doing up here with you guys, because I learn a lot from you guys. And it's good to be here inside of my community and to be able to give you these processes, because I see, like right now, you know how many people have went and started their own pages just from being over here with us. And I've seen that, and I'm loving that, because guess what? You're successful. You're stepping out now. You got the strength, you got the energy, you got the power, and say, hey, I know what to do. I can go over here and do this, okay? So this is important what we do here. So I want you guys to understand that. But I also want you guys to understand from here on out, everybody go use the link. If you need something, use the link. If that link is broken, not acting right, it's not letting you through, reach out and we will get back to you at our earliest convenience. Give us some time and we're going to square you away, okay?
Maybe show them an example of a flyer.
And what it should look like. Okay, so I reposted all that on there, and I will. And I tell you what, I'll post a flyer inside of my train ups that I sent on there, so that you can see what a flyer should look like. Okay, but I just want you guys to understand that when those people are coming to look at you, they're coming to look at everything. They're looking at where you're pulling from. If you're taking it from the floor, if you're taking it out of a trash bag, they're coming to look at all that stuff. Okay. Yeah, but he said, truth is, you are how you look on most days. Yes. So, yeah, that is the truth, you know. And it's kind of one of the things, when you deal with any federal agency, the federal agency will tell you, one of their points is they'll say that if it's dirty on the outside, it's probably dirty on the inside. But if it looks good on the outside, it probably looks good on the inside. It could be dirty, but when you're looking at the outside, you're like, hey, that looks really, really good. And that's the difference in between when you're looking at people that are doing wrong, committing crimes. They have a certain way that they dress up things to make it look like something else. So when you step in front of that camera, I want you queens and kings, I want you guys to be professional. I want you guys to feel good and feel good about what you're doing and be competent to do it. But I want you guys to make sure that you guys are looking promotable yourself. I want you guys to look like a Scooby snack, just ready to get eaten up, and everybody want to buy your stuff. Okay, I want you guys to look good when you step in there.
If you go into a job, you're going to be dressed appropriately.
It's no different when you're a business and step in front of the camera. You're still supposed to be professional and presentable. Amen.
Yes.
That's exactly the truth. Amen.
Yes, yes,
Amen.
yes.
Turn up.
Yes, honey, yes.
Turn up. Yes, honey, yes. You're right, you know, and you know, I enjoy when you guys make those comments and you come in and caveat.
Yes.
That's what I look for. That's great. Thank you guys very much.
And for those who just came in, let me know, please, by the end of our news break, who invented the heater system, okay? I don't care if it's gas, whatever system it was.
Yeah.
I need to know who there was, okay? Because I'm going to give away one Yara for free.
A big one. Yara, whoever can tell me who invented heat and had me curled up in a fetal position last night. Yeah. It was cold. It was cold. 25 degrees last night, okay?
Minus 25, and we made it. And tonight it's going to be even colder, minus 35.
So again, make sure.
There's a beautiful red dress behind you. Yes, honey, it is.
So make sure you guys that
Miss Tina, today's the news break.
Make sure your lighting is good and your camera positioning is good, right? Now, I think Miss Tanya, I said I could be looking at your live with your camera view. Your camera view is fine, you know. And one thing I can tell you that I appreciate that when you're in there, depending on what you're showing and how you're showing, you've got that camera fixated to where you're going to be doing most of your work. And that's a good thing, too. And that's something I never paid attention to before, but I paid attention because of that comment you made at the last news break, and I want to tell the other sellers that that's a good thing. I think another one who does that is I know Tutu's does that, and Miss Janice does that, depending on how they're showing and what they're showing, and I think Miss Jessica does too. I know Miss Dolores does too, because I think she'll be to the right or to the left depending on where she's at. But if you'll notice, what these veteran sellers are doing is that they're shifting, and I call it shifting. They're shifting their camera to where they're going to be doing the most of their showing and their work at, right? Or what you want to see, right? So it depends on if they're selling small items, big items, you know what I'm saying? Because extra larges and stuff like that require a different view and a different angle on that camera, right? That's why I'm telling you guys to watch these sellers, because you're going to see something different, all right? The camera should never just have your head all to the ceiling, or it shouldn't be looking down from up and from top to down. It shouldn't be to the left or right. Give them that silhouette of what you need them to see. They don't even actually need to see your racks, you know?
I saw a lot of different views, right? And then I don't want to reach out, but I do reach out because that's just me. I reach out to certain sellers and I be like, hey, check your camera, you know, check your view, check your, because this is what I see. All the shoppers is seeing that too. And when I think that this is not a good view, you know, like when I see you and you have half of your head.
We got you, Miss Tina.
When I see you and you have half of your head in the camera and the rest is nothing but ceiling and wall, then that's not good, okay? That is definitely not good. If I see you huge, like a giant, and you looking from up to down on the floor and your camera is on the floor, this is also not what we're doing, okay?
If you don't have no legs when I look in that camera, right? If you don't have no legs when I look in that camera. If you got half a face when I look in that camera, okay? Half a face, all right? If you both have two eyes and you only got one in that camera, all right? Something's wrong. Don't get mad when I get a message from me and then tell me Mr. Clark's picking on me. I'm not picking on you. Your legs is too little. I know your legs don't naturally look like that, okay?
Right.
You see my face, right? Clean it up, Queens.
Yes, Miss Tina, I will. That's a size medium, I think, Miss Tina. Just on the side note.
Oh, Miss Ivy, we know you be on it. you want them good clean shows, right? But you know what? You know what? My mother used to do that when we were starting, right? My mother jumping in and be like, oh, that's terrible.
Yes.
That you need to do this and that. My mother don't hold nothing back. She don't hold no punches back. She's giving it to you, blood raw.
If I have only one eye in the camera.
You know, you only have one eye in there. I don't know. You know that. Yeah, I don't know what. You know what I mean? You be in there and you be in there like this, and I'm showing and you showing the item like that. What you hiding for? Get in the camera. Get in the camera. You know, I don't know what's going on.
But some people don't want to show a face. They just show the item. Yeah. They just put it in the camera. No.
Got the whole thing like this. You know, and I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? You know, and that's all I'm saying, because and what does this have to do? It has to deal with your promotion, okay? People remember you by that. They're like, oh, here they go again. They not even showing themselves. You know, all I see is their forehead. You might even have a small forehead. Now I look huge because you didn't put the whole camera thing on your forehead. Now we see the receding hairline. You know, I don't be too close to the camera. You know, I still got a little hair, right? So I'm just saying, I know, right? I'm all looking at my wife like, I got anything in my nose? What's going on? Then sometimes I see spit. I'm like, I hope they didn't see that. You know, so then you got showers of blessings on here, right? So what I'm saying, that camera kind of show everything, but when you hide,
because they didn't wash their face.
So I'm just saying, right? You know, we want to be proper when we get in there, and
Right.
like Ms. Edmonds said, when you go to that job interview or you step out in public, you not acting and behaving how you be acting and behaving on that camera, right?
Yeah.
So do the same thing, and you know, and stay motivated. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to have that job, get everyone lined up. I would not watch for things like space and yelling, etc. I want you guys to just my whole voice just went out, right? Let me get a little sip of this real quick. You gotta know why I have to drink on the side, because my lips is big, right? And if I grab it, like if you see what I'm drinking from, you see like these big lips on there, and I'm like, whoa, you know, I don't want anybody talking about that, because that's like a family joke. Your lips are huge. I'm like, you know what?
With the 5 head I got.
You know,
Lord have mercy.
so no, Mr. Honey, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that. Like Cedric said, see, they're gonna spit right there. See, that's what Cedric said. He said that's family, right? When you look at it, you see mine, you know, that's family right there, right? That's family. You can say whatever you want to say, that's family. All right. So
You combed your hair today?
yeah, I combed it today. I need me a haircut, but you know what? It's ways to make yourself look presentable, right? So put in that ponytail, all right, queens? Y'all seen that one my wife had in her ponytail, and you guys thought she didn't have any hair, then she let her hair down, and her hair was down to here, and she still had a ponytail in? Yeah, sometimes it get rough messing with that hair. You got to put that ponytail in. Do what you got to do.
There's one on your platform that it's very difficult to watch because of a camera angle. It's like her camera is propped up
below her,
and our
on our end,
you get every view on an item extremely close.
Extremely close. So you can see what fibers it was made from, huh?
Yeah. Wow, I wonder who that is.
So you can message me offline and let me know who that is. And then and maybe I can work with them, because I do try to. And then one of the things we try to do, we'll reach out with a phone call, and I don't want nobody to get offended. If we feel like your sales should be more, and we're coming to you and say, hey, did you think about trying this? We're only doing that because we want to see your sales increase. We want to see your viewers go up, because that's going to increase your promotion and your sales. So lots of time, please don't get offended when we're coming and we're addressing these things. We're doing that because we want you to be successful. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not about picking on you and saying that you're not good or you're terrible. It has nothing to do with that. Okay. If we can get past that, I think we're going to move a lot further in what we're doing. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So let me get to the last of these points. You queens have been beautiful. Thank you so much. What? You added this while I was gone?
Yes.
One ugly sweater speed pop on the 18th and one New Year's End marathon on the 30th. Okay, so we got an ugly sweater speed pop on December 18th.
Yeah, that means that those sellers supposed to wear...
Break that down.
Supposed to wear a ugly sweater, okay? And this is going to be on the 18th, if I'm correct. LaToya, speed pop, 18th, is that correct? I just want to make double check.
Before she talks about the ugly sweater, and you know what, I forgot about that. Me and my wife and the admin expert was talking about, you guys are going to start doing some of these live shows, okay? I'm going to start calling in and speaking to some of you guys. So if you want me to call in and speak to you, I want you guys to send me a message so I can put together this list. And soon I'm going to start calling in, and you guys are going to be on this live and telling us some things that can be better on the platform, some things that you see that sellers should be looking for. And I want you guys to kind of push some of that policy and some of that format for our platform too, okay? I want to hear directly from you guys instead of always Mr. Clark, okay? So that's gonna be coming up. So if you guys want to do that and you're interested in getting contacted while I'm on live now, that means I'll be calling you in, and you don't have to be on camera, but it'll be good if you did, and I'll let you guys talk and have the floor and say what you need to say directly to the community, you know, in a professional and courteous manner. Then if you're interested in that, then let me know, okay? That was something I told you guys about a while ago, but I'm here at that standpoint now where that's going to be the next phase for some of this stuff too, okay? And with that said, I'm sorry to cut you off, babe. Back at you, Ugly Sweater, December 18th. Speed Pop.
Yeah, so Speed Pop. That's gonna be December 18th, and every seller is supposed to wear a ugly sweater. A ugly sweater. Then we are gonna have our last marathon. That's gonna be December 30th, and it will be basically towards the end of the year marathon.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's gonna be the 1 hour like we always have in honor of the year 2025. We're gonna be closed on Christmas Eve, the 24th, and we're gonna be closed on the 25th. That doesn't mean that
11.
That doesn't mean that that
Pick up the stuff.
on the board.
I had an order that came in.
Order, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry. So that doesn't mean that the picture wardrobe is stopping. The picture wardrobe is going. Even on those days, if somebody want to post item, and I'm gonna say this again, the picture wardrobe is free. Whoever want to post pictures, go on Purple Passions Boutique on the picture wardrobe. I always make it by days. Picture wardrobe Friday, let me see what you have. Picture wardrobe Saturday, let me see what you have. And you post for free your items that you have for sale. Anybody can sell. Shoppers, customers, sellers, anybody can sell items, okay? It's free. You don't have to pay for nothing. We also still offer midnights for free till Christmas. Mm-hmm. So if you're interested in going on a midnight live sale, which is 3 hours, you can book that for free. All right.
Right. And then on Christmas, you guys know we're closed. Christmas Eve and the 25th, we're closed. We'll open back up on the 26th of December. But the picture wall drop will still be going through that duration of time, okay? So whether the platform is closed, the picture wall drop will still be going, okay? Mm-hmm. And training. Nothing is more important than training. You know, training is important. And like I said, I'm trying to get to that point where I'm doing seminars where I have 8 to 10 people and I'm doing a day training with them, because it may take that in order to give you guys all the information and the good things that I have for you. Like I said, I have a lot of information and I'm building it. So it's taking me so long to do the policy paper, because I'm checking and double checking. I'm doing frameworks. I'm testing frameworks. Okay. I'm doing a lot, kind of like, it's like almost like I'm writing a book to what's going on and what I see. And I have so much information. I probably got 70. What you guys have seen has only been 25% of the information. It hasn't even been the other 75. So, you know, and, like my admin, I'm training my admin directly, on how my business works and how she can implement all those things over into her business, and she's been doing a resilient job. So she's an admin expert because she's been in them thrifting streets for a long time. But what you're going to see is see her elevate to that next level, because she's going to have all the information that, technically and professionally you're going to need to be successful in being able to answer those questions and provide that direction. Okay. So, I want you guys, if you guys are interested in any of that stuff, or you just have questions, want to pick my brain, you do have the availability to do that. Okay. One thing I want to address from Miss Tanya Alicia, okay? And I jumped in, and I think that's probably one of the only times that I actually got upset, and not just because it's Miss Tanya Alicia, because you hear me mention her name, but, me and her kind of got a background on the federal side that we understand a lot of things kind of in a different format. But when you guys have a problem with a package, when you have a problem with something that you don't like, bad news doesn't get better with time, all right? So don't say this happened in November, and then all of a sudden you're trying to address a person on their live about something you felt like they should or shouldn't have done. Okay, because at that moment you look like you're trying to discredit them and create a problem. Okay, Miss Tanya was professional in how she handled that situation, but I did jump in that live was I would say, hey, let's be courteous, let's have some decency and respect. Okay, ask that seller that question outside of that. Okay, because you're now trying to hurt their algorithm, their live show, and the performance on our platform. Okay, so we're not doing that, okay? It's called tact. It's a time and place for you to talk and to discuss things, okay? And it's a certain way that you do that. We're not gonna embellish. We're not gonna. If you notice, I don't mention names about people, because I've already talked to that person. The person knows who I am, who I'm addressing, because I go to that person first before I say anything on here. And because I'm not the person to bash, I go directly to the source, and then I use that for a train up, because it's a train up for somebody else, because somebody else may make that mistake or may need to know. And sometimes you can nip it in the butt before they do it and make that mistake. Okay, so that's why we do the things that we do. But please do not handle your business like that and try to discredit that seller by saying something happened with their shipping or something that you didn't like about a way that they took care of their business. Because most of my sellers are in check. All of my sellers are professional, and I know who has shipping problems. I know who doesn't. A person can mention a name and I can tell you, okay, boom, 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 because I'm the one doing the conflict resolutions and and finding the solutions and all that stuff. Okay, so when you guys are doing that, make sure my sellers are available all the time. Send them a message. Give them a call. Do something, but don't try to discredit them on the platform because Miss Tondalisha, she's a firecracker too. I don't know if you guys know that. She stopped the whole show just to address that issue, to make sure it's understood that that's not her. You got her confused with somebody else. She's not one of them regular ones. She a different one, right? So, and I know a few veteran sellers are spicy, so, you got to respect their trade and how long they've been doing this. And I know that regardless of how spicy they are, if they're wrong, they're going to tell you they're wrong. If it's something they need to fix, they will commit to fixing it, regardless of their tone and how they feel. And I expect for everybody on the opposite end to have that courtesy and stuff. And it doesn't mean that somebody didn't forget or somebody did or didn't do something, but it's about the way that you take care of that business, okay?
So, and I want to address something too. So I want to address the $50 unlimited, okay? And what I want to address about this is it doesn't matter to me whether you pay $7.77 for one live or whether you pay the $50 unlimited. What I got slapped into my face, and I say slapped into my face this week was that somebody told me, a seller told me, if I pay $50 for a unlimited, I expect a special treatment. That means all the time available. When I message you, you're supposed to be available for me. You're supposed to answer me. You're supposed to whatever, right? You're supposed to basically be there for me 24/7. And I had with this specific seller a talk at 2 o'clock in the morning for 2.5 hours just to be there for the seller, which I'm not going to do anymore. Okay. So, I have a life too, just like my husband, we all do. You guys too. You guys, when I message you, I sometimes don't get a response 3 or 4 hours later. Because why? Because you have a life. You have a job. You go into work or whatever. And so do I. And so do my admin has the same life. My husband has also a life outside of the thrifting business, right? If you book a unlimited for $50, that gives you the right to go live every day if you want to on Purple Passions Boutique. Unlimited means unlimited.
Some are doing 2 a day.
That means if sometimes 2 times a day, sometimes 5 times a day. I don't care how many times you want to book your live. This gives you the right to go for $50 unlimited live, 24/7 basically. You can do a midnight too, okay? So that's the unlimited. But I don't give you any special different treatment than what I would give a seller that books for $7.77 because this don't have a person don't have a price tag for me on you. Okay, I don't see it that way. I see you equally. If you book a $7.77 or a midnight or a $50, you are not different than a person that book a $50 for me. I see you as the same level. I give you the same respect, and I give you the same equal treatment like everybody else. And on a side note, where can you go live for $50, 24/7, 30 days a month? For $50 and one special treatment. That's what I'm saying on this one. Because people
get the support that you get.
Yeah, because I don't get the support. If I go live on a different platform and I would try to get a special treatment, I don't get special treatment. I book my live and I'm booking because I'm going live. They don't want to have a private relationship with me. They just say, hey, you book your live and you go. That's it. So, but I guess the difference, what we do here on Purple Passions is that we respect everyone, that we love everyone, and that we show that we care for every person that comes on this platform by giving support. And I think, and this is what is the difference to other platforms, because, and I'm not going to mention any names, I'm just saying, I went on different platforms before, you know, and I'm saying this over and over. And I really did get very good treatment, you know, on True North Boutique from Miss Zena. She showed me basically, she tagged for me.
I mean, Miss True North Boutique, Miss
yes,
Zender's awesome.
she was
You
awesome.
guys should know that.
Like she was my trainer. She was everything, you know. So she gave me the support that I needed that time, and I'm thankful, you know, for everything that she learned me. And I know how this is when you don't get support, because when I went on different other platforms, nobody was tagging for me, nobody was sharing for me, nobody was you know, giving me any support, telling me, hey, this is how you tag, or this is what you do. No briefing, no nothing, right? So the difference what we make in here on Perfect Passions is that we tag
You're
in.
right. Yep. You know, because we met Miss Kaplan over there.
Yeah, we met Miss Beth over there.
Miss
Tina
McClam over there. There's a few people we met over there.
Miss Kimberly, yes, a lot of
Miss
people.
Bourne.
So but what I'm saying is with this is I want to give this actually what was given to me to everybody else. Hello, Miss Carmen. I want to give this to everybody else. That's why I say we tag 10 people from us into your life as you being a seller, right? We share your life out. We promote you. We promote your flyers. That's what we do because you don't get this treatment, you know, everywhere else. Maybe on some platforms, but not everywhere else.
And I can always mention True North because I remember when we were starting out and how hard it was before we even came here, just trying to go live on our page.
Yes.
And that support that we got just from different calls at different times. Say, hey, come in and fill in here. Don't worry about it. I need you to fill in here. And just pushing us in those different things and stuff, you know, that time with True North, okay? So I can tell you right now that I can never say I was never not supported on that platform. So... You know, it's somewhere for you guys to look at too. You know, if you're a seller on here, you can drop your information in here too. Also, I want you to understand too that something else I forgot I had to cover. When you're talking to one of the owner or the admin expert or me, do not contact me with your business name. I need to know who I'm talking to. Okay.
Right.
That is for me. That's unprofessional because and you may not intend to do it. I'm just letting everybody know. The same as when you come into a live show, do not be in somebody's live show underneath your business name. Okay, that's called scalping. Okay, so make sure you're underneath your name, and so that way that we can know who we're dealing with, what we're talking to, and we can pin that comment, that situation to whoever it is. All right? Because when you say you have a problem with somebody, you're definitely going to give me that name. So be underneath your name too. Okay.
Next point, what I want to address is packages and shipping. So, what I'm saying to this is everybody knows that right now in the Christmas season, shipping prices went up. So this is not us that we charge $1 more than what we did before. It is really now USPS and UPS that are more expensive, okay, with shipping. So you have to understand that when you order, that you have to, when you have 3 or 4 items, that you really need to understand that you will pay more than probably $7.70 right now because they just went up. Okay, so next point is also
hold on with the pricing. I want you guys to understand that lots of times you'll see us giving you $7.50, but that package is really costing $7.95. California just went up to what? California just went up to over $9.50.
Yeah.
Washington went up to over $9.50.
From Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Florida, I think if you're midway from Florida, and I want to say that's probably halfway down 95 from I-4 on down, from central to the southern part, it's gonna be probably almost 10. And this is just for a couple blouses, okay? Everything is went up. Also damage to packages.
Now this is what I wanted to address. You guys, you shoppers, okay, or sellers. Because a seller is a shopper too when you shop with someone else. Let me know if you, don't get a package from somebody. I need to know this, okay? If you shopped and it's been 3 weeks and your package hasn't arrived, then I need to know this, okay? I need to know and I need to address this.
Right.
Number 2, if you shop with someone and your item comes damaged, I need you to do pictures, okay? This is what I need you to do. Before you contact me, I want you to contact the seller with whom you shop You take pictures of this item. You be like, hey, it came damaged. It's broken. Okay, and then see if the seller is willing to adjust the situation by either go and send you a new item or an equal item or give you store credit or whatsoever. Okay, now when we're talking about candles and it can happen through shipping or whatever, always know that your packages that you paid for, because you pay in shipping for those packages, they have $100 insurance on it. So if you take that picture and you file a claim with UPS or USPS and you send those pictures in, usually the carrier will refund you. Okay, depending on how much worth your item is. Let's say you have 3 Yankee candles in there, and it don't matter if you paid for that Yankee candle with me $9.50, for example, right? That Yankee candle is worth $28 in the store, right? And it's a brand new Yankee candle times 3. This is what you get refunded from USPS, because they're going from the worth of that item.
Right.
So you would have to, Google Walmart or whatever and say, this is how it's worth. This is what they selling it usually for, and my item is damaged, and I got it for a lick for $9. So they will refund you up to $100 of the worth of your item.
Right.
So and this is regardless whether I go refund you too or resend you an item.
Right. And
that's your right.
You should be tracking your packages, and even more now during the holidays, because it is taking longer for stuff to get here. And I'm speaking on Walmart, Amazon. It doesn't even matter. Just in the thrifting community, the thrifting world, everything's taking longer for it to get there. Okay, some stuff is getting canceled after you've waited for a week and a half. Okay, I had something for Walmart. They got canceled that way. Waiting on bags to come in. It's been 2 weeks. Okay, this is what's going on. Okay, make sure you're tracking your packages. And I tell everybody this. I give you guys a little trick. Okay, it most of the time it works. Okay. If your package is taking a long time and keep saying it's in transit, I want you to take that tracking number. I want you to click on it. It's going to open up UPS. If you scroll down on there, okay, it's going to say text and email updates. Check the top block in each one of those columns. Put in your phone number, your name, and put in your email. That's going to populate to your phone and to your email every step that package moves. And when they see somebody's tracking it, they know that it's eyes on its package, and they tend to treat it a little bit better, and that package tends to move, okay? That is what I do when I'm tracking your packages. If they happen to give me a phone number and they stop at a location, I am calling that phone number and say, hey, what's going on with this package? It came from my business. Now, I don't have to do it because it's out of my hands. That's why I put insurance on packages. But I do that to check. I'm also checking back 3 days within pirate ship to see what has moved, what has arrived. One time I reached out to a seller and I said, hey, they said they tried to deliver it and they couldn't deliver it to you. And the seller said, I don't know why they got that status. I got my package yesterday. But yet I was reaching out trying to find out what's going on, okay? So I want you guys to pay attention to that. They do not have a lot of care. They're underworked. They're stressed out. It's the holidays. They are throwing packages, kicking packages, drop kicking people's elbow, rock bottom. They're doing all kinds of stuff, okay? So everyone by now is aware of posted for all shipping and increase during the holidays. The post office sends out this information, the news reports, and if you get emails from the post office,
sends out this information, the news reports, and if you get emails from the post office, if you have a postal account. Also during the holidays, unfortunately, there are times items are delivered damaged. Yes.
And I encourage you guys to set up an account with FedEx, UPS, USPS. Even if you're not shipping inside of that, I want you guys to do that. Link your PayPal and your Square accounts to Pirate Ship so that way they're sending out that email to your clients. Get those accounts anyway, because you can step inside and you can do a lot more with the visibility and tracking because you have an account, and whether you're utilizing it or not, you can step inside and do different things, okay? So, sellers for your protection, video, photo your packages when dropping off. Yes, that's something that Miss Tanya told us the other day she does, okay? Pictures and photos. You can also add those to invoices, pictures, up to a certain amount on PayPal and on Square, okay? So you can send a person a picture of how the package is, what it's going into, and those items, and attach it to that invoice, okay? So you can do that too. So there's lots of ways to try to track and cover yourself, right? We call that CYA, right? Cover your, and you guys know the rest of that line, okay?
Right.
Last thing is an open door policy, okay? I have open door policy, okay? Bad news does not get better with time. Remember, A solution is an agreement where we all agree, all parties involved agree that this is the best solution that's going to satisfy everybody involved. Okay, so I want you guys to always remember that there's always a solution, and you can never have a problem if there's a solution. Okay, so use that open door policy, reach out, and we'll try to get it squared away the best way that we can. Sellers, if you're sending packages to people, and you can miss things too sometimes where it can be damaged, it has some damage. Don't say, well, it wasn't like that when I sent it. You don't know how this happened. Reach that agreement with that seller. Give half back and have them take half on the other side. Okay. Or if you feel like it's replaceable, and you know this person, then replace it or whatever it is. Even if you have insurance, as a seller, those are your means and methods of how you conduct your business. At the end, they're going to look at two things. They're going to look at how you handle your business and you as a professional, and they're going to look at who do I have on my platform. So I speak everything out in the open so everybody knows where I stand on things. And I want you guys to...
Just stop here for a second.
Mm-hmm.
That's the answer.
Oh, that's the answer? Okay.
Yeah.
So, and that's what they look at. First, they say, I don't know if you have somebody like that on my platform, okay? Behavior is one thing. I don't put behavior on my platform. I put people on my platform to adhere to a standard.
Mm-hmm.
Behavior is something different. Everybody's grown adults, so make sure you check your behaviors, okay? That's what I got to say about that.
But I also want to say that pretty much, I would say, everybody that is going live on Purple Passion is committing to the standards, is committing to everything. And I'm very proud of you guys. And I also want to say with this, thank you to you guys.
Thank you, Ms. Green.
For your constant support, for supporting by going live on Purple Passions, for shopping also with us. I'm trying to also shop with everybody else and support back. But we have so many sellers, so of course I cannot shop every day with everybody, but I'm shopping. I'm doing what I can. But I do want to say that we appreciate you so much, and I wish everybody the best. Okay, but since we're going towards to the end.
Yeah, because yesterday was actually our year mark that we officially got our business license.
Right. Yes, that was yesterday. I mean, yesterday, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So, and I do want to say that that me and my husband, we was never thinking that we even come so far. So
it wasn't the intent when we started this back then.
It is through you guys' support, sellers and shoppers, that make this happen, that we standing up today where we are. Mm-hmm. Are we standing up with, like the other platforms? No, we're not, but we're getting there,
Right.
We want to make it right. And there's always a saying, if you want to make it right, there's only way to do it right. So we're not, I'm going to say we're not half-assing, we're not going to do nothing like that.
We may not be like any other platform and be as big and whatever, but I tell you what, I put on my pants one leg at a time, just like the next man, just like the next who told me that. They said they put on their underwear the same way like the next woman. Everybody got to put on their underwear the same way, right?
We cook it with water like everyone else.
We cook with water. Someone's cooking with grease, and we do our thing. The most important thing is that we do it the right way.
To be fair.
And we get there the right way.
To be fair, to be honest.
Right.
To do everything the right way.
So that's what's been the most important for us. But I want to say you guys have been, really, really great for everything that you guys have provided us with. And next year we're going to start doing who's putting together the best thrifted outfit. This whole outfit that I'm wearing right now, chaps pants. We got a little Jaws shirt right here. We got a little brown fedora. All this is thrifted, okay? This is a thrifted outfit completely, right? So I want you guys to know that next year we're going to be putting it together and see what queens is putting together the best thrifted outfit, okay? Mm-hmm. And Miss Tanya, now you know what I need now. You gotta find them, all right? What's this right here?
So on a side note, we just want to let everybody know that we got those Hilton pillows. Before we give the Yara away, okay?
Before we give the Yara away, don't forget that question, all right? This is Hilton baby right here, all right? Hilton baby, all right?
Yeah. So we have Hilton Garden hotel pillows, okay? These are queen size. They are 1,000 gram heavy. So this is very good hotel quality pillows. We offer these 2 for $30, and they are really thick, okay? They will not look like this. Matter of fact, hold on, I'm going to show you how they...
you guys is gonna be flattened,
Like
right?
a pancake.
Flattened. You know, it's gonna be pressurized for you guys. So my wife is gonna show you a version of how it's gonna look when you get it, and then it's gonna turn into what I'm holding in my hand. Okay. So, thank you, son.
This is how.
Here in this Cool Points bag.
This is how the pillows look like.
That's how it's gonna look. You see how
Your
small it is?
platform is unique and stands on its own merits. A lot of other might benefit from what you stand on. Thank you, Miss Madeline. Now, in the comments, and when we say it, then we're gonna do that.
All right. So I want you guys to finish this line. This is gonna be this is the finish line. We Purple Passions. We are SOB. What does SOB stand for? Not the bad word. What's that stand for? Purple Passions. We are SOB. What does that mean? This is how it's gonna look.
Yep. So this is how the hotel pillow looks. I'm just making.
You put the answer in the comments. When I say go, everybody's gonna put the answer in the comments, Miss Morgan.
So this here, this is how the hotel pillows are gonna look. This is a queen size. They're gonna come flat as a pancake. Stand on business. That's right.
There we go.
They're gonna look flat as a pancake as they arriving into your house. They will fluff up as soon as you open them up on the sides right here. They are sealed, so you get them sealed, untouched. Okay. If you go ahead and cut it here with the scissor,
It's gonna let the air in.
let the air
pressure
in,
leaves.
and they are going to fluff up like you saw it right here.
Yep.
So
It's gonna turn into this.
turn it into this. This is my show and
Bring
pillow. So if anybody wants these, please message me. There are 2 for $30. It's Hotel Hilton Inn. Okay, Hilton Garden Inn. They are authentic and original pillows. So message me if you would like any. I still have some left, I believe, and I get another delivery in by next week. Okay.
Yep.
By the beginning of next week.
Right. Yep. We're standing on business over here, and that's you know from yesterday our 2-year mark. I want you guys to know that's what we are. And that's what we're trying to do. We're gonna stand on policy. Remember, policy is there to protect and to keep you safe. Okay. Policy is not there to harm. It's there to protect and keep you safe. We all gotta have guidelines that's gonna protect us, and that we know that we can stand on. You know.
Right.
I always tell somebody, what you speak from your mouth, stand on it. That's always been my motto, even in the
Standing on
military.
business.
Stand
right.
on it. If that's what you say, stand on it. If that's what you believe, stand on it. If that's how you are and who you are, stand on it. That's what I tell people. You know.
All right. So
now to the question: who wants to win a Yara? Who wants to win a Yara? Okay, we're giving one free Yara.
Well, first of all, what's going to happen is you're going to put the right answer in comments.
Yeah.
Then
The first person we see on the big screen, right? Or here. Is it going to be here? Well, it should reflect either way, right?
Yeah, it should reflect either way.
Okay.
The first person, and it has to be the full name, not only a half name or not only A dot or B dot.
Yeah.
Or, you know, it has to be the first person. Miss Denise, nobody said
We
go.
didn't say go yet.
We didn't say
We didn't say go yet.
So when my husband is going to say go, you guys, someone's special. When my husband say go,
wait, it's not go yet. No, I did not say go. Wait.
I have to change the question around.
Oh my God.
So when my husband say go, okay, then you guys are dropping the name.
You gotta change the question now. You already got you gotta change the question now.
No, we keep the question because we started. So who invented the heater system? 1, 2, 3,
go!
Now let's see. Who got it?
Not nobody's answering. No, it's probably the internet.
Trisha said Alice Parker. Trisha was the first one after the go. Yeah,
Who's everybody seeing that? Who was everybody seeing on the comment section again? Who was first? Who's saying that? After I say go, who was everybody saying that?
I saw Trisha in there.
Trisha, you don't need no Yara. Give it to somebody.
Thomas Edison? No, it was the right answer.
The right answer is actually Alice H. Parker, and she didn't actually. Actually, she did, but it's a long story.
Yes. We see ourselves first. Trisha, right? Yes, Miss Trisha. Trisha said it the first. Okay, Trisha, you won a Yara. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Mm-hmm.
Still sealed.
Still sealed. Brand new.
Can you guys see my face? Yara. Can you guys see my face? All right, Trisha's our winner. Okay. She said she saw Don on there after I said go. Don't worry, we're gonna do more trivias, okay? We're gonna do more trivias for you guys, okay?
Yeah, Miss Tillis, she said it before we said go. I saw her already in there. So
Miss Denise and Miss Tillis, they had already jumped on the answer already.
Right.
So and you see that the bot shows you something different than what's on the comments. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So congratulations to Trisha. Fast fingers. That must be all that hair.
Now she's right here.
Huh?
She's right here.
I know.
Yeah.
Look before her. Two before her.
Oh no, she said it before.
Yeah. So okay. So Miss Latanya, thank you for coming in. So with that said, okay, do you guys have anything for me? Do you guys have any situations that happen? Is there anything that she said right after I said go. Do you guys have anything that bothered you or anything that kind of happened with shipping or anything? Drop it in the chat, okay? Drop it in the chat and let me know what's going on with you guys. Mm-hmm. I know I covered a lot, but I want to open up the floor for you guys and see what happened in you guys' lives or anything that you guys would like to see. Mm-hmm. You know, I want to do a cowboy and cowgirl day, you know, and I want to do a throwback day too.
Yeah,
and then I want to do a sports day, but that's a bail thing. So I'm probably not gonna get
because you got a cowboy hat.
I'm probably not gonna, you know, I'm probably not gonna get that option, you know. But it's okay. It's okay, you know.
All right, ladies. I want to say thank you for everyone who came into the news break today. I hope we enlightened some thoughts of you,
right.
And like I said, thank you so much for constant support.
Right. Thank you guys for the great comments and the great feedback and the great options. You know, I love hearing from you guys because you guys give another different way to look at things and think. Miss Edmond, thank you for that advice with the link and putting out that time frame. You know, Miss Ivy with the camera. Don't forget to check out those 5 sellers. There's many other sellers, but I'm just telling you those 5 because that's off the top of my head because I know them kind of outside of the context. So, you know, I want you guys to just check them out, check things out, and anything we can do better, we get better as a group as we move forward together, okay? So with that said, enjoy your Sunday. Have a great start to your week. Make sure you guys are practicing self-care. Make sure that you're staying healthy. Please stay healthy. Dress for the weather. Stay healthy. Part of the responsibility of our community is to make sure that we stay healthy, okay? Sellers, if you're not feeling good, don't go live. Do not go live, okay, if you're not feeling good.
And go and book those free midnights.
Go get those free midnights, okay? Go get them while they're there. You know, jump into those marathons. Marathons are going to be your biggest promotion for you and your page, okay? That's part of my frameworks that I built. So
make those flyers.
Check those out. And then one more thing, please. Let's go, Miss Ivy. What you got? She said one more thing. What you got, Queen? Drop it in the chat.
I see Dontil is before me. Send her the Yara, please.
Okay.
Okay, Miss Trisha.
Is that what you want to do, Miss Trisha? Okay. Miss Tillis. Miss Tillis, Trisha said that you should have that Yara because she saw you before her, so you're going to get it.
To be more respectful of the buyer's time.
Yes. So, Miss Ivy says, and everybody listen up, will you ask the sellers to be more respectful of the buyer's time? Yes. Okay. And I'm assuming that you mean from that You want to get into the nitty gritty of showing things and not show it. You want them to do more showing than talking. Is that what we're getting at? Is that what we're implying? Let me see. Let me see if I'm where to say, because I know you, Miss Ivy. When they get in the cell, you want them to get in there and sell. You trying to get through those items.
I think that's what she's saying. What does that mean?
Yes, please. Yes. Okay.
Explain, Miss
Right.
Ivy.
So what Miss Ivy is saying that you know there's a such thing as a hot start, right? Where actually that's why I tell everybody to be 5 minutes early. So that way, let's say like your live show's at 12, right? You're supposed to be there at 11:55. You get through all of your housekeeping formalities, so that way 12 is your go time. That's going to be your highest visibility outside of the promotion. Is 24 to 48 hours before your live show. So the most people that come into your live show are going to be within that first 5 to 6 minutes. Okay, so I want you guys to understand that. Okay, so what she's saying is that getting to the nitty gritty. When she gets in there, she's at the live shows, and there's a lot more talking than it is selling. So I would say that she's probably saying it's probably 35% selling and 25% talking. Okay, and she's saying that can you be more respectful of buyer's time, meaning that it should be more selling than talking. Okay, and that I understand that framework because it actually deals with the hot start strategy and how thrifting is supposed to go. But sometimes you do have information that needs to go out, right? I always say that a good explanation and how you gotta do it should never be more than 5 minutes. Shouldn't be more than 5 minutes. We shouldn't have and what I'm assuming she's saying that you shouldn't have 15 to 20 minutes of talking before you start showing. Okay? Babe. That I'm assuming that's what you're saying. So the games and descriptions are nice, but a lot of times being wasted. Yes, but not had the wrong name and also sent before go. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me see. And then it says on a daily basis where people can come in and make suggestions without using names, and all ideas will come in and be fabulous for information to improve it. Okay. And information to improve life. In this instance, engagement is encouraged. So we do, and if we don't, no, don't misconstrue what I'm saying. What Miss Ivy is saying is that, and I noticed because with the hot start strategy is something that I posted, right? And what I tried to let people know was that I think a good explanation is good. You should cover your housekeeping and explain how you need to explain, okay? But what I'm saying is that you got some that are in there 15, 20 minutes, okay? And it shouldn't be that long when you're coming in to do it. And then like your games shouldn't overtake more than what you're selling because you are there to sell. So, what I'm saying? That's all she's saying. She's not saying anything negative, and she's not saying that you shouldn't do those things. It's just that everything has its time, place, and format. So I don't want anybody to misconstrue what's being said, okay? So understand that from Mr. Clark what's going on, because I thought with Miss Ivy, so I understand on that point. If you're going to see a game, you want to be there to watch the game. You don't want to see the halftime show the majority of the time instead of watching the game, right? And that's all she's saying. The halftime show needs to be there, but it should be within its time frame, so everything has its place. And that's all she's saying. So I don't want anybody to feel that this is she's saying that you shouldn't be doing this or this, right? But it shouldn't be 15, 20 minutes of this, or it pulls away from your show, okay? So, and also remember, like Miss Delo told me yesterday, you're there to entertain, and make sure you're there to entertain and don't be bored, keep your people engaged. Engagement is everything, like Mr. Alicia said. So, remember, ultimately, the way in which each seller conducts their business is going to be them as long as they're following the rules of Purple Patch Boutique. Amen. Okay. So, I believe everybody's doing a good job. So that's all she's saying. Those suggestions are welcome. We welcome good or bad suggestions, and whether someone likes it or not, we welcome that, because that's how we understand things as a community. Okay. What may not be big over here may be big over here, and what may be small over here may be big over here. Okay. So, Miss Tanya, stop it. I love your explanations. I be in there listening to your explanations because I think you give a good brief. Okay, so you good, Queen, and you calm down. I told you, spicy, but that's good. All right, yeah, Tabasco, love it. And Miss Ivy, thank you for that comment. So I understand exactly what you're saying,
Well,
and I have seen that. I have seen that myself, though. I
yeah,
have seen that.
and I address this too to different sellers,
Right.
not to constantly play games, okay?
Right.
Because you can play games, that's okay every once in a while, but if you do it every time, people only come to you for the games. Some
Right.
of them, they don't want to shop with you; they want to win something, right? So they come in here, they be like, okay, she's playing the trivia game, or she playing whatever, and I can win this and this. So that person is going to want to win only and not shop with you. So, and you as a seller, you want to make sure that the people who come to you, they come because they want to shop with you, okay, and not playing games. Because if you want to play games, and then you can play games all day long, you know,
Well,
go live and play games.
Well, the reason that came up, and just let me kind of give you guys kind of a backlog on that very quickly, is that that trivia and different things is a suggestion that they have across the board of thrifting,
Which also
is,
led to arguments. Don't
right,
forget.
which is client and post engagement. Okay, so it was one of those things that came out right in a framework that said, how do you keep people engaged? And if you guys remember, Mr. Clark was talking about engagement and how important your engagement is. Okay, so your housekeeping is not necessarily your engagement, in my opinion. It can, because you are engaged, but that's really about, hey, this is how I'm running my show. If you want to be here, this is what you have to adhere to. So you're giving that standard and that format, right? It's like being in formation. But what I'm saying is that came out as far as a framework is engagement. Do different things if you see that they're too quiet. So engagement is necessarily understanding how that response is to your clientele that's watching you, and how to keep them engaged with you and what you're doing. When it's too quiet, are they buying? Are they not? Because you're there to make sales. So that's why it kind of came out, do games, do trivia, and all that stuff. So that was a something that came in as an idea. And how do you control your engagement when you're not getting the feedback from your clients?
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
And
so,
and the A and O
right,
to that answer is basically this: you have to make it interesting,
right,
for your shoppers,
right,
and that means also be happy, smile, you know, because nobody want to shop with you if you're sad,
right,
and upset. And when you say that you have oh my God, I feel so sad and bad today,
right,
and this and that, and the people that are shopping with you, they might feel also sad and bad, and then feel even sadder and worse if they watch you, you know. So you want to be a happy seller. You want to be
right,
you want to be
right,
make them smile, you know, engage with them, you know, just make sure that you have a interesting life, basically. And don't make it only for a game so they shop with you and win something.
right. Because you don't want the expectancy of everybody expecting that you're going to play this game, or it's going to be this type of situation, in order for them to be there on your platform, because then they're not there to meet your needs. And everybody's there to meet each person's needs. And at the end of the day, you are doing it to make sales, okay? So that's it. That's important. So when Mr. Clark was covering that engagement that time, I was trying to let people know, like, hey, you can do that. You know, but don't make it an all the time thing, and don't let that take up the majority of your time when you're on there selling, okay? And you gotta be interested. You gotta have charisma. You gotta bring those happy hormones. Tell a few jokes, comment, you know, keep it 1,000. Some of you have such a demeanor when you get on there that your housekeeping, the way you run it, they're already engaged with you because they're locked in. They're not speaking because they locked in on you. They're like, okay, I'm not gonna miss nothing. They engage. You know, I know Tutu's is like that, and I know Tanya's like that. You know, when you guys speak,
Miss
you guys,
Dolores.
Miss Dolores, you guys like, and Miss Dolores is high energy. That's how she is. Like, if you know Miss Dolores, she's high energy anyway. You know what I'm saying? So this ain't something she's putting on. She's running at that pace, right? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, a lot of you, the way that you're going is the way you should be going. Like, you know, that formative explanation. So what I'm saying is that, you know, if you're having trouble doing that, that's why training is there too, to explain this in a framework and to break it down for you to understand what is meant by this, you know,
And
because
she
you
said,
need to keep it up.
Tanya Alicia want everyone to be successful, but everyone is not receptive. I love you, lady.
So that's all it is with the engagement, okay? Let's entertain the right way. Let's engage. Let's engage within our time constraints and keep that feedback and that energy up for that hour and a half. It's only an hour and a half. Always remember, if you make $70 within that hour and a half, you just made more than a person working an 8-hour day. Always remember that. And that should just be a minimum goal for you. If you keep that in your mind, you're going to be good, okay?
And like we always say, when we go live and we have 5 sales,
yep.
We had more than what we had when we started.
Yep, 5 is more than what we started.
If you have that mentality, every sale that you do is a blessing, then you are blessed. Okay? And with that said, I want you all to have a very, very nice Sunday. I love you all.
Be who you are. The rest will follow. Amen, Sister Trish. Sister Twish. Trish. All right, Queens. You guys have been beautiful. Thank you for all of that, okay? You guys be blessed. Have a great week coming up. I'll see you guys again soon. Who we got coming on next? Later on. Who we got?
The next 2 hours, nobody. I would have to look who's the next.
Okay. Stay tuned. We got some sellers coming in, okay? Yes, honey. Yes. All right. You guys be blessed. Love you all. Mwah. Until next time. Need anything, reach out to me. Be blessed.